Hey guys, it's Charlie subbing in for TheTopher to bring you some track coverage here on the progressions from, is it 2024 we're driving and then a 6? Yep. Right. 2024 Supra up to 2026 Toyota GR Supra on track. Now 2026 will be the last model year. It's a final edition for the GR Supra. We're doing a cool opportunity here with Toyota where they're cycling us through earlier editions of the car and then later. So I can't take too long to go through all the changes with you right now. We're gonna get situated in this car and go out and do a little bit of lapping here. Sonoma Raceway. It's a good opportunity. I'll put the changes up here on screen so you can see them. Now with the final model year of this generation, this should be the most dialed in Supra that you can get. It's got the most improvements. We have a little breakdown right here. No, we do not. That's not helpful to us. We've also spent the day driving at GR Corolla in 3 of its different stages, and then we'll be ending with GR86 as well. So check out the videos on those. Also, no powertrain changes to the 2026, but they've changed some aerodynamic figures. They've changed a little bit of braking, gets larger, 1-inch larger diameter rotors. A little bit less track-focused adjustment than the GR Corolla, but theoretically should still be a better car from 23 to 26. I just got out of the all-wheel drive GR Corolla, and I'm getting back into this rear-wheel drive Supra. So I need to recalibrate myself a little bit here. Much different method of power. A lot more vague in the steering. Not to say less fun, just, oh, so different. This feels like I'm driving through a computer. I did not need 4th right there. The GR Corolla felt a lot more fun than this. I mean, this is cool. Obviously very capable, but the steering is not the same. It is fast, oh goodness. Higher speeds, more adrenaline, but I had a lot more fun from a driver's standpoint in the GR Corolla. But well, let's get into the 26. Let's see if we can feel any of those changes or if they're just all placebo. I'm still seeing the classic Supra condition here where you can barely read the screens in varying sunlight conditions. Something they did change for 2026 in the GT4 appearance model is that now the Supra apparently has a wind buffeting kit on it. So theoretically you can drive with the windows open. That's what I should have tested. Here we are, 2026 final edition of the GR Corolla. Like I said, looking at some larger rotors and then a slightly different wing design as well. It sticks up a little bit more. Theoretical, different aerodynamic aspects there. And now this one is a stick. It'd be nice if they were the same car going in and out of. That's all right. Same transmission, I mean. Got traction mode. This one is not giving us the GT4 appearance pack. We'll have to show you that here separately. It's a little bit more of a fun kind of city car. I've never been a huge fan of the Supra on track. The steering's still very light here. Stay in third. I mean, there's no getting away from the fact we've got a lot of grip. And a lot of power. Oh no, we're catching our white car counterpart here. Thought I maybe should have given him a little bit more space. We're gonna slow it way down artificially here. Make sure no one's coming up behind us. And off we go. Good car. Definitely not as dramatic of a change as we felt with the different years of the GR Corolla, but they're not relying on this car as a car to win races the way they are with the GR Corolla. I mean, that's an actively raced vehicle, and I know the Supra is being used in a little bit of races, but from what I understand, it's not the same as the other two GR cars. All right, we might get a little bit more time in some of the Supras. We'll do a few more hot laps later on. But just in case, thank you all for watching, and check out the other videos on the other GR cars that we're driving today. This one is the GT4 appearance package for the final edition Supra. So you get matte paint. That one is the matte white. This one is the matte black. If you don't get the GT4 package, then you can get white, black, or red, but not matte. This one also getting you some stickers. And the wheels, I think? No, the wheels are the same. So just some subtle appearance deals there. Let's go take this back out. Add another lap here. Such a different shifter from the GR86. And again, on this one, apparently there's a little arrow bit that's supposed to make it so you can drive with the window open. So I will do this entire lap with my windows down, and we'll see how the sound is. Here for the buffeting report. Seems managed. Took that a little bit to the right. The shove in the Supra is a lot of fun, that's for sure. Much of a machine to dance with, and there's probably some professional drivers who are going to disagree with me. Like, oh, the Supra is a much more fun car to play around with. So maybe it's a driver mod issue, but it is a good car for this track because of the power. The GR86, if you don't kind of get the line perfect and keep the revs up, you feel gutless on a track like this with the elevation and the straights.